Good morning to Dr. Wei and my friend. My name is Fu Wensen, MATRIC number 292381. Today, I will present about a study on processes per heart in Malaysia, the company performance and determinants. First, I will talk about the breakdown of processes per heart. Processes Group is a listed business on the Malaysia Stock Exchange with its headquarters located in Malaysia. The company main business is apparel manufacturing processes have more than 40 years of experience leading the apparel industry. Next, processes perhaps also face some problems such as fewer sales orders were received from customers due to the COVID-19. This influenced business operation, especially on income. Besides, too many finished product inventory and only one female in the board of the company also an issue for processes per heart. In this study, there are three research objectives. It is to determine the internal or film-specific factors that could have influence on processes per heart performance, to identify the external or microeconomic factors that could have influence on processes per heart performance, and to investigate the internal and external factors that could have influence on processes per heart performance. Apart from that, there are three research questions for this study. Is there any relationship between the internal factor with processes per heart performance? And the second research question is there any relation between the external factor with processes per heart performance? And the last research question is there any relationship between internal and external factor with processes per heart performance? Now I will present about literature review. First is corporate governance. Corporate governance is the system by which companies are directed and controlled. Board of directors are responsible for the governance of their company. The shareholder role in governance is to appoint the director and the auditor, and to certify themselves that an appropriate governance structure is in place. Next is company performance. Return on equity and return on asset are the most frequently used to assess a company effectiveness and success. The formula of return on asset is net income divided by average total asset, and the formula of return on equity is net income divided by average total equity. Liquidity risk refer to the potential difficulty an entity may face in meeting its short-term financial obligation due to an inability to convert assets into cash without incurring a substantial loss. Current ratio formula is current asset divided by current liability. Next is credit risk. Credit risk is the probability of a financial loss resulting from a borrower fail to repay a loan. Average collection period and debt to income is under credit risk. The formula of average collection period is account receivable divided by net credit issues times 365 days, and the formula of debt to income ratio is total debt divided by gross income. Besides that, operational risks include operating ratio and operating margin. Operational risk is the risk of loss as a result of ineffective or failed internal process, people, system, or external event which can disrupt the flow of business operation. The formula of operating ratio is cost of goods sold plus operating expenses divided by net sales, and the formula of operating margin is earning before interest and tax divided by revenue. Last is market risk. The term market risk, also known as systematic risk, refers to the uncertainty associated with any investment decision. Price volatility often arises due to unanticipated fluctuation in factors that formally affect the entire financial market. Now I will talk about methodology. Data from Process per annual report from 2018 to 2022 was selected in order to study the relationship between the company performance and its determinant. To analyze the data, SPSS version 29 has been used. There are three models used. Model 1 is for internal, Model 2 is for external, and Model 3 is for internal and external. These models are used to fulfill the research objective. The descriptive statistics show mean, standard deviation, and sample. The return on asset is dependent variable in this study, and others such as return on equity, current ratio, average correction period, debt to income, operation ratio, operating margin, inflation rate, interest rate, exchange rate, unemployment, GDP growth, industrial production rate, and CG index are independent variables. For correlation, return on equity has the lowest p-value, which is less than 0.001, which means that return on equity is extremely significant to return on asset. Besides that, unemployment has a moderate significance to return on asset, which has a p-value less than 0.05, which is 0.022. Apart from that, operating margin is significantly impacted by return on asset with a p-value 0.072. Lastly, current ratio has the highest p-value, which is 0.477, then followed by exchange rate, GPT growth, inflation rate, interest rate, operation ratio, industrial production rate, debt to income, and average correction period. These internal and external factors are no significant to return on asset. Besides that, modern summary for internal factor has a higher R-square compared to others, which is 1, means that this model is the most influential to return on asset. Model summary for external factor has the R-square of 0.999, and model summary of internal and external model has a lowest R-square, which is 0.8. Next is coefficient table. For the internal coefficient table, return on equity has a significant moderate to return on asset due to the p-value less than 0.05. Current ratio and CG index have a p-value more than 0.1, means that these factors are not significant to our return on asset. Besides that, for external coefficient table, interest rate and GDP growth are significant to return on asset due to the p-value less than 0.1, with a p-value of 0.059 and 0.063 respectively. Besides that, the unemployment is moderate significant due to the p-value is 0.026, which is less than 0.05. Lastly, for internal and external coefficient table, current ratio, unemployment, and CG index are not significant to our return on asset because the p-value is more than 0.1, which is 0.84, 0.333, and 0.998 respectively. In conclusion, the analysis of the data indicated that the biggest factor affecting Process per yearly profit and financial performance is current ratio. For recommendation, Process per should improve operational efficiency to reduce costs and continuously seek ways to improve operational efficiency and reduce risk. This will increase the company net income.